Nate Diaz just made it clear he's not done with the UFC. In fact, he wants to come back and fight for a title. But if you think he's impressed with what's going on in the promotion right now, think again. In a recent interview, Diaz spoke about his potential return, and in typical Nate fashion, he didn't hold back.
Well, everybody's boring right now, so I'm trying to do other shit for the moment, but I want to go back and get a UFC title.
Okay.
I don't want to fight for nothing, I want to fight for something.
So is that in the works right now?
Yeah, well, right now there's nobody that's at an like, I don't really, who's the champion right now? 170.
Who is champion right now?
See, exactly. I'm like, why would I go back to UFC right now to fight? Yeah, what am I gonna do? So why would I do that? I'm the champion. It's about buzz and who's popping and who's doing something. And right now, there's nobody doing shit in UFC. That's why I'm not in there right now. There's no buzz, nobody's doing shit, there's nobody to fight, everybody's whack.
This is classic Nate. He's always seen himself as bigger than titles, bigger than rankings, and clearly, he doesn't feel like there's much excitement in the UFC right now. He doesn't even know who the welterweight champion is, which says a lot about how he views the division. But despite that, he still wants to come back for a belt. The question is, would the UFC actually give him that shot? It's a long shot, but at the same time, Diaz is one of the biggest names in the sport. Dana White knows that putting Nate in a title fight would bring numbers, and the UFC is all about business. If he does return, the most obvious fight would be against Leon Edwards. They fought back in 2021, and even though Diaz lost by decision, he had Edwards on wobbly legs in the final round. That moment alone kept his stock high, and he's still one of the biggest names in combat sports. Another option? Maybe a big money fight against someone like Colby Covington, or even a trilogy with Conor McGregor. But that's all speculation. Right now, all we know for sure is that Nate is interested, but only if it's for something big. Now, switching gears to Andrew Tate. He just teased a potential fight that could be worth hundreds of millions. During an interview, he was asked who he would call out for a fight, and here's what he had to say.
What's going on, guys? Today I'm with the one and only
Top G.
If you can call anybody in the world to a fight, who would you call out?
That's a good question, but whoever I say, then there's going to be hundreds of $1 million offers, so we have to wait. And
You have to wait and see.
there's conversations happening now.
That's about as vague as it gets, but that's how Tate operates. He's built his entire persona around keeping people guessing, dropping cryptic hints, and letting speculation do the rest. But one thing is for sure. If there's a fight on the table, it's going to be massive. The real question is, who's he in talks with? Is it a boxing match against someone like Jake Paul? A return to kickboxing? Or maybe something completely unexpected? He hasn't confirmed anything yet, but with the way he talks about money and business, it's clear that whatever he's working on, it's going to be big. Both Nate Diaz and Andrew Tate know how to keep people talking. One is looking for a way back into the UFC. The other is hinting at a fight worth massive amounts of money. But the biggest question is, will any of this actually happen? What do you think? Should the UFC give Nate Diaz a title shot? And who do you think Andrew Tate is negotiating with for this mysterious fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments.